Hello, this is a video reviewing the Capico platform. Capico is a platform that allows you to trade comfortably on some of the most popular exchanges in one window at the same time. You can utilize bots and the extended functionality of smart trades to manage your assets. This video will cover the interface of the platform as well as its main features. We won't talk about trading in detail here, every aspect of that is explained in our knowledge base and separate YouTube videos. With that said, let's begin. So you've just signed up. First thing that is going to be available to you is our demo mode. Demo mode lets you trade with virtual money, but it uses real asset prices and trading pairs from Binance. Demo mode is completely free with no limits, and you can trade for practice here safely, not risking any real funds. You start with one account that has 10,000 virtual dollars, and you can create additional accounts, each with a starting balance of 10,000. Demo accounts only have access to the spot market. Futures and margin trading is not available here. You can always find detailed information on any feature in our knowledge base. The knowledge base has answers to almost any question you can have. We've spent a lot of time making it as handy and helpful as possible. This navigation menu on the left is your best friend. Throughout the video, I'll be showing you where to go in this menu if you have questions or want more information about a feature we cover. Now, if you're ready to start trading for real, all you need to do is flip the demo switch off. If you're a new user, this page will be empty for you, because you don't have any real exchange accounts added. So we need to add one. This process is very simple. Just click plus at the top of the page, and the Add Exchange window will pop up. Here you enter a name and the API keys. All our exchanges can be used in two different ways, with a subscription or a free plan. Free plan requirements, as well as detailed information on how to add API keys for each exchange, can be found in the API section of our knowledge base. Keep in mind, you need to meet the free plan requirements for each exchange separately. Subscription, on the other hand, covers all exchanges at once. And most importantly, don't forget to switch Use for Free on if you want the free plan. Once you add an exchange, you can check if it's free to use or not by looking at the color of the exchange box. Turquoise means it's free, and purple means it's paid to use. Another thing I want to talk about here. A lot of exchanges provide the Trusted IPs feature for their API keys. This increases your account security by limiting who can control your account with API. While not mandatory, this feature can be beneficial for security reasons, as well as removing key expiration. If you want to utilize this feature, please read our Trusted IPs manual very carefully first. One last thing before we move on. If you need to update your API keys on Capico, don't delete the connection, or you will lose your trading statistics and history. Instead, you want to click these three dots next to the connection you want to update and enter the new API keys. This way you keep stats and everything intact. You can also rename your connection here. Before we talk about the main features, I want to show you the personal settings menu. You can select language here and the currency to show your net worth. The Hide Balances switch hides all the numerical values on the screen except for the % profit or loss. This can be useful if you're showing something or recording a video and you want to keep your balances private. Next is the video button. This is a link to our YouTube channel. You can find lots of helpful videos there, covering different features and exchanges on Capico. We're always happy to see our users engage with our YouTube channel, so drop a like, leave a comment, and consider subscribing. This is a link to our knowledge base, the one we talked about in the beginning and the one I'm showing you throughout the video. This is the subscription menu. Here you can select a plan that best suits you and currency you want to pay with. We recommend you check out this guide before subscribing, especially if you're new to crypto transfers. This is a link to your referral menu. You can create a link and invite friends and even communities if you happen to be a part of one. Your friends will get a discount and you will earn money from each payment they make. Here you will see some useful stats on your referrals once you have some. Next is settings. We highly recommend adding your Telegram account to Capico. This way you can get notifications about your trades on Telegram. This also serves as an additional verification option. You won't lose access to your account if something happens with your email. Another important thing here, you can enable 2FA if you want an additional security layer for your account. Please consider writing this key down someplace safe. You will need it if you lose access to Google Authenticator. This switch right here disables confirmation prompts for creating and canceling orders. This feature is meant for the more advanced traders, because it speeds up the trading, but on the other hand, with confirmations off, you can buy or sell assets on a misclick, which may cause you to tank a loss. so use this at your own risk. Last 3 buttons here are our social media links: Telegram, Twitter, and our support email. We highly recommend subscribing to our Telegram channel because we publish all our news there, as well as important exchanges updates, and answer your questions. With the settings covered, let's talk about the interface. You can configure it however you like with the constructor tool, which you can enable here. With this you can move, reshape, add, and remove different parts of the interface so it suits your setup the best. And we have a restore default button here in case you get carried away. Don't forget to save your changes. You can temporarily hide different parts of the interface by clicking these small arrows. There are also hotkeys bound to these actions. You can learn them by mousing over these buttons. And this is a general principle. Most parts of the interface have tooltips, so if you see a number or a button you don't understand, try mousing over it. As far as general principles go, there is another one. If you see a list with column names, you can click those names to sort the list in ascending or descending order by the values in that column. Before we move on to the chart, a small trick for you. We have 2 of the most popular pairs here, Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're actually clickable. Clicking them will switch your chart to those pairs. Now the chart. This is a trading view chart, so you have all the familiar features and tools here. It is highly configurable. You can add tons of different indicators. If you're looking for a specific indicator and the search returns nothing, it means that the TradingView public library does not provide it. Custom indicators are not available. If your chart gets messed up, you can always reset it by going to Settings, then clicking Template and applying defaults. As far as chart analysis goes, all the tools are on the left. We recommend creating a manual save file for your drawings by going here and clicking Save or Make a copy. The chart has an autosave feature, but one can never be too careful, so click Save when you finish analyzing something. You can also save different chart layouts to different files, and then load them whenever you need. There is some basic info on the pair at the bottom of the chart. At the top, you can select a time frame. If you need a different time frame, you can just type it in with your keyboard. For example, if I want a 2-hour time frame, I just press 2, then H, and press Enter. This part lets you choose the bar style in the chart. Here you can add a stop loss and take profit for the selected pair, and toggle visibility for buy and sell points and for order levels. Last but not least is this little button in the corner. This is multi-chart. Multi-chart allows you to display multiple charts in one place for comparative analysis. This feature is completely free for all our users that have real accounts connected to the platform, regardless if you're using it for free or paying a subscription. Couple of things to keep in mind about multi-chart. First, the autosave feature is not available for multi-chart, so save your analysis manually for each chart. Second, you can't see your orders here. Multi-chart is strictly for analytical purposes. Let's move on to the next window. This is your mini portfolio. It shows what coins you have, how many of them you have, and their total value. Please notice that the balance column has 2 numbers in it. The white number shows you available coins, and the gray number shows you reserved coins. You can only use available coins for trades, of course. So despite my total value of $70, I can only buy $50 because the rest of my funds are reserved by a limit order. If I want to buy for $70, I first need to cancel the limit order reserving the funds. For futures position, there's also an abbreviation next to the asset name, representing trade type and margin type. In my case, LI means long trade using isolated margin. More on this in the knowledge base here. Next up is the buttons. The plus button lets you add a stop loss and a take profit to an asset you have. And for futures, it transfers your position from the exchange if you created it there. The $sign sells the entirety of your asset by market. One last quick remark. Mini portfolio only shows coins you have that amount to at least $1. To see everything, go to the portfolio section here. We'll talk about this section later. For now, we'll tackle creating trades. First, you need to select a pair, then if you're buying or selling. For spot markets, sell means you will sell an asset from your portfolio, and the terminal will track the drop in the asset's price as profit. For margin and futures trading, sell means short trade. Next is order type. Capico has 3 order types: limit, market, and conditional. You can switch between them by clicking here. Then you enter how much you want to buy or sell, and if you're trading futures or margin, specify margin type and leverage. Creating an order in this window will create a new position in the trades list, even if you create an order for an asset you already have. This is a very important distinction to understand. Capico lets you create multiple trades for one pair and track their performance separately. This provides a much higher degree of flexibility than that of the exchanges, but it can cause confusion in some cases. So, this window is for creating new trades only. If you want to add a stop loss, a take profit, or averaging to an existing trade, you should not use this window. Instead, you want to open the Smart Trade window, which you can do by clicking the pair name in the trades list. As you can see, this window looks different. Here you can add averaging orders by clicking plus buy or plus sell for short trades, add multiple take profits and distribute your position between them, and add a stop loss. All orders here have additional features. Averaging has trigger and trailing. Stop loss has trailing and timeout. Take profit has break even, trailing, and auto TP. I will not explain each feature here, this video is long enough as it is, so be sure to read it up or watch a separate video on it if you want to know how it works. I'll leave all the links in the description. The Smart Trade window has lots of numbers, and this can be bewildering for new users. Fear not, every number has a tooltip here, so if you don't understand what some number means, simply mouse over it. Oh, and another thing. If you open a position in our terminal, please manage it with Capico. Managing your position directly on the exchange is only recommended in an emergency. This will help you avoid conflicts and errors with displaying information and statistics on Capico. Now that we have covered the Smart Trade window, let's go back to the trades list and take a closer look at it. The top of the list has some filters. You can filter by date, status, quantity, and type. The filter by pair checkbox will show you trades for the pair you have in your chart only. This button will list all the orders you have on the exchange currently for all trades. The red one will close all your positions, meaning it will sell all your long positions and buy out all your short positions. The numbers on the left show you how many trades you have, how many of them are profitable, and how many of them are unprofitable. Total capitalization for all trades, profit and loss, and unrealized profit and loss. Don't forget that you can mouse over these numbers in case you can't remember. Now, the list itself can be sorted by clicking the column names, as we talked previously. The pair names are clickable, they open the Smart Trade window. Below you can find the trade ID. This is important to know because in case you need to contact our support, they will ask you for it. Next to the trade ID there's a small plus button. With it, you can add a comment to the trade. And even lower, you can find the date and time the trade was created. The next column in the entry shows you some info about the trade. Trade type, how much of the currency you bought, its total price if you sell it now by market, and its price at the moment of purchase. For futures and margin trades, it will also show the margin and the leverage. Next is the progress bar. Its goal is to visualize your situation. If the asset is moving in a favorable direction, it will fill up with green, and otherwise it will fill up with red. The numbers in the middle represent entry price, percent UPNL, and numerical UPNL. The number above one of the bars shows you the last price. Again, if you forget, just mouse over these numbers. Now the buttons on the right. X cancels any orders the trade has on the exchange and removes the trade from the trades list. Be warned, if you enter the position in this trade, this button will not close your position. The asset will in fact remain in your portfolio. If you want to cancel your orders and close your position by market, click the $sign instead. The pencil buttons open the Smart Trade window, so it does the same thing as clicking the pair name here. Whenever the trade is cancelled or completed, it goes to history. So let's take a look at it. This doesn't look much different from the active trades list, it just has some exit information, as well as showing you why the trade was moved to the history. Cancelled, sold by stop loss or take profit, or sold manually, which means you press the $sign. A very important thing to remember, the active trades list shows you profit calculations not accounting for the exchange fees for orders that are not executed yet, because you can't know the fees in advance. The history list, however, shows you factual profits, which include exchange commissions. This is one of the reasons P&L numbers you saw when the trade was active can differ from the P&L numbers you see in history. We covered all of the terminal's main features now, so let's briefly look at the rest of the sections. The portfolio section shows you your assets. You can uncheck this box to view those amounting to less than $1 And you can check this box to see your assets on all connected exchanges, not just the selected one. The top of the page has a pie chart showing you shares of assets you have, as well as a line chart for your total balance in US dollars and Bitcoin. You can also sell spot assets from here with the dollar sign. Let's take a look at the stats next. This page shows you P&L by day and cumulative profit with this line here, meaning that any profit you make is added to the profit you had so far. Here you can specify the date range and download your trading stats as a comma-separated values file, in case you want to further research your trading patterns and performance. In the bot section, you can create bots that will trade in a loop within the price channel you set. This is very handy for situations when the market is flat, meaning the price doesn't change much. You can watch a video on bots here, we will not cover them in detail. The last section is the booster. This is a tool for Binance futures market, which allows you to flip long positions to short and vice versa in a single click. More on this here. Before we wrap this up, I just want to say this. If there is something about the interface you don't understand, we cover every part of it in the user manual in our knowledge base. The article itself is long, but you don't need to read it start to finish. There are headings on the right, so just click the one you need and then read the part you're interested in. Same goes for any feature you're curious about. Use the navigation menu on the left to find a detailed description of it. Many of these articles already have a corresponding video, and more videos are upcoming if you prefer watching to reading. You can find the knowledge base link in the description and on our platform in the personal menu. If you encounter an issue, please take a look at the FAQ and troubleshooting sections of our knowledge base first. Most likely the issue encountered has already been solved, and the answer you need is posted there. And that's it for this video. If you have any questions left, you can ask them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you found this video helpful. Enjoy trading with Capico.